You know, I don't think it was necessarily, I mean, sure, there's an aspect of that. I didn't lead that project. I was involved. I was kind of managing a multiplayer team at the same time. And I mean, so I'll speak to what I was intimately involved with. There was an influence of those games and those kind of player sensibilities that were at play when we were kind of designing that, and it did have.
As were a lot of people at that time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it like I always say this. It's and honestly, Bethesda bought us after we had already started development of that Doom. So you kind of. I think at that. You make these big bets. Like the game development is a really big bet, especially in the AAA space. So the fact that we were, you kind of look at the market, you look at what games are selling, and you got a great brand like Doom. I don't think it's that far of a stretch to kind of think like, this could work. And the thing was, it worked in a way. Did it work in the perfect way? Ultimately, no, because that's why we chose to reboot it. But again, I think for somebody who likes a Call of Duty game, they probably would have liked this. For hardcore, Doom is like part of my being fans, which ultimately are the most important fans. I think they would have had a problem with it. So you kind of you run that risk when you try to make that kind of change. So it was definitely influenced by that. It would have stood on its own, I think, because it was still about demons and that kind of thing, which is cool. Just fundamentally,
how it comes up once or twice,
Oh, yeah. It was very hellish.
Right.
But
I mean, you didn't fight demons.
You didn't fight demons for a while. Yeah, it was a bit into the game before you fought demons. It was a little bit more of a zombie type thing, mutants. And when we went through that again, like these are big bets. So the fact that the Bethesda was on board and like supportive and signed up for the ride right along with us that just doesn't happen that often when you're at this level. So I give them a ton of credit. Again, they had bought us knowing what we were making, but to stick with the transition there as we made the change was tremendous, and like we couldn't have done it without certainly all of their support, but there were some people internally that were very instrumental in helping us through that transition. Sure.